Hey there, beautiful humans. Angel Shamsa back at it again with another episode of Angel Universal. Thanks for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it, as usual. Thank you for the support. The few views or listens that I do get are the reason why I'm still doing this. So it makes me feel really supported. So thank you. Share with anyone that may find this information useful as well. If you guys haven't listened to me before, my name is Angel Shamsa. I am a holistic shaman, psychic medium, and also certified holistic health coach. Here to help people go towards their dream lives, dream versions of themselves, overcome traumas, heal themselves so beautifully, as I know that we can all do. And today I want to talk about how we can feel better when we're feeling down. I know personally that even though I've been through a lot on my journey and have overcome my depressive episodes or debilitating panic attacks, and part of the way that I'm able to control these things for the most part is I'm going to discuss that today, So jumping right in, I have to say one of the most powerful tools that I have found to help myself with depressive episodes or panic attacks, or just dealing with unpleasant feelings, just dealing with, those things that happen in life that you're like, it's not taking me out the game, but it is putting me on the sidelines a bit, and I would like to know how to engage with those feelings and interact with those feelings without letting them consume me. I want to know how to productively interact with the sadness, the pain, the frustration, the anger, anything that I'm experiencing in a healthy and productive, conducive type of way, instead of letting it consume and destroy me or my feelings and getting me in a depressive state that is hard to then rip myself out of. So one of the things that I use often is checking in with my senses, especially if I am just feeling bad or life has got me down for some type of crazy out of the blue reason, because that's what life loves to do. How do I deal with it? So I check in with my five senses. So I ask, what is it that I'm hearing? Is it pleasant? Do I like it? If I don't, then I do what I can to mitigate that. I know that in a work day, there's only so much you can do to mitigate what you're hearing and changing it to something pleasant. But if you can listen to music, I highly suggest that. If you don't really like listening to music, then using frequencies, finding specific frequencies, allowing, there's frequencies specifically created for releasing tough emotions, for creating oneness, for healing emotional traumas, creating more love, healing, transformation. There's frequencies for all of those things. So looking those up on YouTube or Spotify or another music platform of some sort can be really helpful. Even lo-fi, something instrumental, something that's really gonna lift your spirits in some type of way. So if you're feeling down, find something pleasant to listen to in the moment. ASMR, people also really enjoy that. So if it's something that you haven't looked into yourself, some people find that helps their anxiety, depression, not good feels types of moments. And then what am I seeing? Is it pleasant? If you can't do anything in your immediate capability to change what you're looking at because you're at work or something, try and sneak a moment, go to the bathroom, go sneak a moment, go watch some puppy videos, go watch some kitty videos, go watch any type of video that makes you happy, and just take that time, because you shouldn't have to ask permission to take the time that you need to step away from a feeling, step away from emotion, not step away from the emotion, embracing the emotion, but stepping away because you're experiencing these turbulent emotions. You don't need people's freaking permission to go do that. So just go take what you need. Say, I need 10-minute break, 15-minute break, whatever you need to recenter yourself, and use some pleasant imagery to take back some of your thought space and your emotional space, and to ground yourself in something that makes you feel good. Is what I'm tasting pleasant? Let's take this as like a holistic approach. So not only what are you eating pleasant? Like some people like, when they're stressed, like to chew gum, like to pop a piece of candy. But the only issue or potential issue that could arise is kind of using food and drink to replace the unpleasant feelings, which is not a good place that you want to go to, because then it becomes this addiction, and it becomes something bigger and harder to deal with than the original tough emotion. So just be really cautious with the tasting aspect of this. I like to try and opt for things that I know make my body feel good, like kombucha or herbal teas, medicinal teas. If there's a fruit that you specifically like I love peanut butter and apples, and so that's kind of like my go-to. And I know that it's not like I'm not just feeding that part of myself that really just wants sugar or just really wants carbs, or, all those addictive things that we have, all the processed foods. That's not what I'm trying to go towards, because then I associate the processed foods with not good feelings, and then I think that the processed foods are going to replace those not good feelings. And that's how I ended up in food addiction in the first place, and disordered eating, and all those beautiful, fun things. That we're not trying to create either new versions of those for ourselves, or even awake old versions of those for ourselves. So just being really cautious also in the tasting part, and just saying like, a piece of gum isn't too bad, and that minty freshness kind of keeps you awake. If you love salads, maybe using a salad and kind of focusing on all that delicious, nutritious energy in your bowl, and then that can help a lot of unpleasant feelings that you could be dealing with in that moment. Is what I'm smelling pleasant? Do you have a diffuser going on? Are you wearing a perfume that you like, or a cologne that you like? Are you experiencing through your nostrils something that is a pleasant experience for you? Because even changing the scent of a room, that's why aromatherapy is so big and so prevalent in the natural healing world. It's because our ability to smell is really important, and we should definitely tap into that ability to kind of create an environment that is more calming, like using lavender or frankincense or lemon or ylang ylang, any of those essential oils used in a diffuser, used in a carrier oil, and then dabbed on your body, using those aromatherapy principles. You can use essential oils on your pillowcase for when you go to bed. I also have used essential oils just like on my clothes, almost like a perfume in itself, and just connecting with that pleasant smell part of our brain that we love and enjoy as human beings. And then also checking in with, is what you're touching pleasant? You see a lot of those fidget toys, those little poppet toys. Those are created for the touching pleasant things, created for releasing this excess of energy that we have stored up inside of our bodies, and it needs to be released somehow. Little fidget spinners, maybe it's physical exercise that you're doing, going for a walk in nature, just connecting with your body, mind, and soul in any way that you can, and really paying attention to what's happening in your environment, because what is happening in your environment could be one of the major triggers of why you're not feeling good in the first place, and that's something to be aware of as well. Also, during this moment of connecting with your five senses, also asking yourself, what needs to be solved? What's my problem here? What's really my problem here? Because usually we're given this surfacey, this is what I think my problem is, but usually that problem gets a little deeper, has a bit of a few different layers. We are humans, we are like onions, we have layers. There's so many different things to uncover, even when we think it's black and white. So really digging into all the things that are disrupting your mind, body, and soul, anything that could be causing dis-ease within your body, and awakening things that need to be noticed, need to be seen, need to be heard. Because sometimes when we're just going through life and doing the things that we have to need or have to do, then we get lost in what we should be doing for ourselves, for our mind, body, and soul health. And that's how we end up burnt out and overwhelmed and overstressed and stuck with some kind of autoimmune disease or cancers or other crazy illnesses that can be created strictly from ignoring and not being aware of what's happening in our mind, body, and soul. So with that, I would also say that when you're asking as to what needs to be solved in these moments, then you also ask, do I need more information? Do I need more time? Do I need to uncover something else so that it connects the rest of the pieces that I have kind of floating in the ether, and it's making me feel anxious, it's making me feel sad, it's making me feel upset, and I'm not sure why. It's really doing the investigative and shadow work to understand why and really get to the root cause of why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. Why does it bring you to where you go emotionally and mentally and even physically? How does your physical body react to the traumas, the triggers, the stress, and when you're dealing with external circumstances that are kind of out of your control? Usually most things that happen externally to us are out of our control, and yet we stress about them as if it is something that we are able to control. And it's releasing some of that ability or inability, however you want to spin it, to change or to really have a real impact on what we're doing and how we're living our lives. And understanding that also some things just need time. Sometimes that is the answer alone. Sometimes sitting back and just taking things as they come, that is the medicine. That is what is going to make us feel better. Just being confident in our ability to take on whatever happens. That is something that needs to be strengthened and built up so that we can feel confident moving through life, even when it's tumultuous, even when it's turbulent, even when it's throwing us from which way to the next. Then being able to find what our grounding point is every single time and coming back to that grounding point and saying, oh, okay, I remember this. Yeah, I've been through tough shit like this before. Yes, I've been through some similar circumstances. Maybe I've never been through these circumstances. Maybe I'm figuring things out for the very first time this time around, but ultimately whatever ends up happening, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. It is temporary, and I will figure it the fuck out. Even though it feels real scary, it feels real dark, it feels real confusing right in this moment, we do have the ability to figure it the fuck out. That is the beauty of being a human being. But part of it is being uncomfortable and going out of your comfort zone and saying, to figure it the fuck out, I'm going to go over here, even though I've been living over here. And that's okay. Things need to change. Things need to evolve. We need to change and evolve. And as we continue to allow ourselves and give ourselves permission to change and evolve, then we're able to find out new opportunities, new ways of doing, feeling, thinking, seeing, all these beautiful things that we've come to Earth as human beings to do. So thank you for sitting with me and hearing me out. I hope that something within this episode was helpful for you. I'll just share my little routine of what makes me feel good when I'm feeling down. I always make it a point to dance, even when I feel like I kind of energetically don't want to. I kind of force myself into it, and eventually once I start get going and start moving, I do definitely feel a difference, and it becomes easier to start moving and keep that movement going. I love, like I said, drinking herbal teas, things like kava, peppermint tea. I love like this apple cider vinegar tea. It's been my jam lately. Turmeric teas, anything that's gonna get anti-inflammatory in your body. It's a beautiful thing. I love watching either comedy, horror, or Disney. Also a beautiful thing. And yeah, just kind of grounding inside my body, doing yoga, doing exercise if I feel it, if I don't feel it, listening to myself, my needs, journaling is a huge one for me, and spending time with people that you love and that make you feel good and make you feel good about yourself. That's really powerful. So have a wonderful day, month, week, year. Enjoy, thrive, go be powerful human beings. Bye.